You've heard it 1,000 times. MultiVersus is a free-to-play platform fighter in the vein of Super Smash Bros. Published by Warner Bros. In English, this is Super Smash Bros. But with Warner Bros. Characters. And LeBron James. As of recording this, there are 27 characters in MultiVersus, and to celebrate its re-release, I know I'm kinda late, I wanted to rank every character in costume design. A cool thing that this game does is that some of its costumes are just different characters altogether. For example, a costume for Jake is Cake, and there's a whole different voice actor and everything. Because all these characters kinda already exist, except for you, Reindog, I'll mainly be ranking them on how well they were adapted into the MultiVersus art style, but I will also take into account just their design in general. After all, this is a design ranking. And I'm also not going to be ranking most of the new uncommon skins, like the Tooniverse or Joker shirts, because they aren't unique to the characters. I will rank the uncommon skins that are unique, like Pajama Finn or Beachwarmer Taz, since they aren't as lazy as just giving them a shirt with the Joker's face. If you enjoy, consider subscribing. Or subscoobing? I know. This Shaggy design is alright. I mean, it's Shaggy, definitely, but it's one of those characters that is blank enough to incentivize buying a costume. That's not Shaggy's fault, of course, but it's something I noticed about this and others, as you'll see. No, but they did the best that they could translating him into 3D, and it could look a lot worse. But I'll give him C tier. Shagworthy is like the pinnacle of what a good costume from this game can be. Also, this is the first character with a different voice actor, so it's bound to be good. I love me a good Sue, and I don't even drink tea, but this guy is starting to turn me into a hunky-dory Brit. Also, bonus points for referencing an obscure character. S tier. Get ready, because there's gonna be a whole lot more of these stupid Valentine's Day costumes on the list. The worst part is that the render looks kinda cute, but for some reason, in-game they decided to add this janky animation, which I hate. D tier. This is just a worse version of literally the next costume. They even cost the same amount, and I don't know why he wanted to go with the bowl cut, but he is not pulling it off. The yellow shades and pants are also not doing it for me. I will say that his select animation is pretty cool, but it's not enough to get him above D tier. Like I said, this is just a better version of the last one. I like this battle damaged look. Also, Shaggy pulls off the beard. You cannot lie to me. Everything is pointing me to S tier, and I'm listening. This is pretty cool, but nothing above the original. I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take or not, but I honestly don't really like Batman's design in this game. And again, I know that in some part, the reason why some of the designs don't exactly tickle my fancy is to incentivize buying a costume, but honestly, he just looks like a twink to me. But again, I know that it could have been worse, but as you'll see by the costumes, it probably could have been better. D tier. I remember when this came out, there was some controversy about it costing 2,000 Gleamium, but that's only because it looks so good. Trust me, they knew what they were doing. I mean, this might be one of the best costumes in the entire game. S tier. Again, this is just a better version of the default design. But I will say that out of every Batman costume, Samurai Batman was a strange choice. But no, this design is good. Just questionable that they made it. A tier. And we're back to Twink Batman. Again, the render looks fine, but in-game, it's ruined. It looks like Batman spilt some Pepto-Bismol on his suit and Alfred just went with it. D tier. I was honestly gonna give this C tier, but I just can't with the Twink Batman. I'm sorry, D tier. I don't really know as much about Marvin the Martian, but from what I can tell, he was adapted pretty well. But just compared to the other characters, he's nothing to really write home about. C tier. I personally prefer the classic design, but I can see the appeal of this. C tier. Petition to remove all of the Valentine's Day MultiVersus skins. I guess it kinda matches Marvin, but still D tier. While it's cool, I guess, that the Toon Squad costumes are in this game, they're kinda lazy. Especially this one. The only difference is the shoes and the checkered pattern on the skirt thing. And the whistle, I guess, but C tier since, again, it is just a reskin. Fun fact that I know since Space Jam: A New Legacy is my favorite movie. Marvin didn't even play on their team. In fact, this is the only scene he's in 3D. I don't even know why this outfit exists. He does kinda pull it off. C tier. This design is pretty cool. I mean, it's the Joker. I like it. B tier. Dude, I'm honestly so done with the Batman who laughs. I thought he was cool, okay? But the Fortnite skin is enough. Personal bias aside, this design is pretty cool. A tier. This is good for the comic book as a disguise and stuff, but seeing it in any other context is just kinda weird. I mean, the cargo shorts are crazy, and I get that it's iconic and all, but again, there's just no point to put it in anything else. C tier. Joker if he was a regular clown. It sucks all the life out of his design. D tier. I honestly think that this might be better than Batman's animated skin. S tier. This is a nice blend of all of Harley's new designs, and I like it in this game. A tier. I don't really like this design that much, especially for 75,000 prestige tokens. At that point, just save up for the Batman who laughs. It looks like something from like Brawl Stars. C tier. Over the years, my opinions on this design have changed. I used to like this design a lot, but I don't really like it that much anymore. Well, I still like it, just not as much. B tier. I've said enough about these Valentine's Day skins. At least this one does kinda match Harley's personality, but again, D tier. I like this design, but to me it just looks the same as the default design. I think it's cause the color schemes are the same. A tier. I think it's funny seeing superheroes fight without their costumes, and I like the simplicity of this. A tier. I mean, this has been iconic for over almost 100 years. I will say that his costumes are better, but this redesign is great. This design is hot, man. I mean fire. This design is fire. Nah, but the way they made his... the way they made that idol animation is crazy, okay? S tier. I bet Hollywood Bugs took some interesting trips to some interesting islands in his time. Now we gotta see Whiplash, but with Bugs Bunny. Nah, but the reason why I like this design in these last few is because it's him in a baller costume. S tier. And this one is just okay. I don't think it works as well in 3D, especially compared to these last couple. Cool reference though. A tier. I do prefer the 96 version of the Toon Squad uniforms, and I think Bugs pulls off both the costumes the most since he has the closest proportions to an actual human. But again, I can't justify giving it above the original. While I don't like it as much, again, I think Bugs pulls off the Toon Squad look the most. A tier for the same reason as the other Toon Squad uniform. I'll be honest, I don't know that much about Steven Universe, but I do like this design. B tier. I don't know how they could cancel the show after Garnet pulled up this drippy. This is drip. I love this design. S tier. I like this costume too, but it's not as transformative as the last costume, so I'll give it B tier. I don't know, this is gonna sound kinda weird, but I kind of find this costume a little cute. The way they grin like that, B tier only because it is a little too crazy, for me at least. This is just the worst version of the default design. C tier. I am unironically so tempted to start an actual petition to remove these skins. D tier. Arya Stark's default design is just so good that I don't think any costume could really make it better. I'm just being honest, I really like this design and it might be the best default design for any character. Shout out Jason though. S tier. This is cool and fun, but I just see no point to use it over the default. A tier. Like, you really expect me to use this over the default design? Really? This looks like it would be a default design. B tier. Again, just the same thing I said about the last design, but even worse in my opinion. I don't know, C tier. I will say that this is pretty good. It's on the same level in my opinion. S tier. I don't really have much to say about Finn's design. It's alright. C tier. Baby Finn better. As a character, Fern is pretty cool, but B tier. This is a pretty cool costume, and I like the sword, but it does look a tad bit over-designed. B tier. Cute. B tier. I mean, it's just the original, but with red painted over it. It's fine. C tier. Adventure Time wouldn't have been successful without Jake. As you could tell, I didn't really care for Finn's costumes that much, but I love Jake's. You'll see why when we get to them. This is A tier. Believe it or not, this might be my favorite variant. I love cats, and I like this color scheme, and I think it looks cute. S tier. Is it lazy that this is just a reskin of Cake? Sure. But perfection is still perfection. S tier. I'm honestly not sure if I even like this or not. It's so far out, and it's kinda cute. A tier. Ew. A tier. Again, cute. I do think that the default design is better just because the sweater makes him look a little bit over-designed, but it's fine. A tier. It's finally time for me to rank the NBA player LeBron James. From my favorite movie, Space Jam: A New Legacy. I don't really like it that much. Sorry, LeBron James. D tier. Get him out of that goofy jersey. Those shoes are ugly as hell. I don't even remember this being in the movie. I guess it's fine. C tier. I don't really know how to feel about seeing LeBron in these goofy costumes. This one's probably the best though. B tier. This looks like Twinkie the Kid. Once I thought of that, I could not unsee it. C tier. Hey, I got what I wanted. C tier. Those shoes still look ugly as hell. I know it's supposed to look ugly, and that's the point, but I can't put it above D tier. I just really hate his face. I do like this one. B tier. I mean, honestly, this is just the same as the last one, but instead of guns, it's bike. B tier. We didn't need this. D tier. This looks like an average construction worker in New York. What do you want me to say? Not gonna lie, Superman in this game is giving off a bit of some of that twink energy, but I don't hate it. But I feel like Superman, just in general, has gotten so oversaturated. I'm done seeing the red and blue costume. C tier. Now this goes insane. They knew what they were doing, and they cooked. S tier. Why, oh why, is there a piss Superman in this game? I kinda respect it. D tier. Right when I thought we escaped these Valentine's Day skins, they came back with a vengeance. D tier. This is probably the best of the normal clothes skins, but at this point, you might as well just give him a Clark Kent skin. C tier. I kinda just wish we got a costume of just Superman as Santa Claus, but this is fine. I guess they gotta save that for when Santa Claus becomes an actual fighter for this game. C tier. This is pretty epic. S tier. Holy crap, they actually gave him a Clark Kent costume. I didn't even know this existed. S tier. I'll say Wonder Woman is probably the best looking DC character in this game. I think this design is decent and she doesn't look like a twink. B tier. I mean, I think this is even better than the Superman version. I love that axe. Overwatch skin looking B tier. Can I just put this in D tier and move on? Please. They really overuse these Valentine's Day costumes and it's almost as bad as the Tooniverse costumes. Almost. I don't like this. C tier. GIZMO. GIZMO is so cute and freakish. A tier. This is just cute though. S tier. Now this is a good holiday skin. It's not just a sweater, but it's actually creative. A tier. Taz has a pretty cool design. I really like the hair actually. A tier. Smash. I mean S tier. S tier. I did not say that. At this point, what's even the point with these Space Jam skins? There's barely a difference. A tier, but it just looks so bland. At least this time the jersey actually fits him more. A tier. I don't know, like A tier again. The hat is cool. Now these are the Taz costumes I want to see. S tier all the way. While Banana Guard is goated, it still is disappointing that they chose this instead of the Ice King or Marceline. As for the design, it is kind of rough seeing this in 3D. They do a fine enough job, but I think you can tell the difference in quality between this and Jake, for example. C tier. I don't like it as much as regular Banana Guard, but they're basically the same, so C tier. This is the quintessential MultiVersus redesign. Rick is adapted perfectly into this game. Simple and iconic. S tier. I don't like this design as much because it does look kinda over-designed, but still A tier. I like Mech Rick's design. A lot actually. That shade of red is just super appealing to my eyes. S tier. They really be giving Rick the anime costumes. S tier. Do I need to say anything? This is frickin' epic. S tier, obviously. The same exact thing I said for Rick. Literally. S tier. Honestly, A tier. While it looks cool, I don't think it really fits his aesthetic that much. I want to dominate kids in this game with a teenager. Not an evil teenager. Morty, but fresh and dapper. S tier. This is a pretty cool reference too. S tier. Basically, everything I said for Shaggy applies to Velma. C tier. Oh my god. They made Velma bad. They turned Velma into a hot cat witch? S tier. Okay, does someone on the MultiVersus team have a thing for Velma? I mean, this costume and the last one, S tier. Finally a normal Velma costume. C tier, it looks kind of bland to me. This looks clean, but Velma is Velma. C tier. Don't ask me why. She kinda cute. B tier. I made it. I made a petition for MultiVersus to remove the Valentine's Day skins. Sign it with the link in the description. D tier. People talk about Banana Guard being a wasted character slot when this guy exists. Literally the only reason he's in this game was to promote his stupid movie. Who cares about Black Adam? Not even Shazam. Black Adam. His design is whatever, C tier. I take back everything I said. The fact that The Rock is in this game, there is technically a fighting game where The Rock can punch LeBron James in the face. Fortnite also exists, but you can't buy the Fortnite skin anymore, can you? S tier, stay mad. It looks like he's wearing pajamas. C tier, sign the petition. D tier, naked Black Adam? Naked Black Adam. B tier. This might be the greatest redesign ever. Turning Jason Voorhees into a brick is crazy. I think they did it so that Jason would be more family friendly, but it still looks pretty crazy. S tier. I don't like this one as much because it honestly just looks a lot more bland and uninspired to me. The original is just so much more iconic. C tier. Tom and Jerry is a little hard to rank because it is kinda two different characters, but I'll try my best. It is really just a cat and a mouse. Pretty unoriginal, WB. C tier. Wowzers. Hats and vests? C tier. The swords are cool, but it just doesn't do enough. C tier. Fancy clothes on the other hand. A tier. I like this one too. Love the cape and eyes. A tier. Tom, I swear to God, if you don't take off those socks and sandals right now, I'm gonna give you D tier. Okay, you asked for it. I didn't know they were strapped like that. Damn. Yes, only because of guns. This is America. Stay mad. Looks like Tom and Jerry joined an emo band. Oh well. Splatoon knockoffs. A tier. I like Steven Universe. Not the show. I haven't watched this show, but the character is pretty cool. B tier. Should I watch this show? Should I? Really? A tier. The same thing I said about Wedding Garnet. Love the drip. A tier. I like the sunglasses, and he surprisingly pulls off the tank top. Probably because he's a cartoon character. B tier. I like robots. This is a classic. A tier. Just like everyone, I prefer this over the default. A tier. When this came out, there was so much hype. This goes insane. I love it. S tier. Believe it or not, I actually like pink. I like flamingos. This is cute. S tier. Man, they really want you to like Reindog with the amount of costumes they gave him. And I know this is gonna be a hot take, but I don't think Reindog looks that cute. His default design, that is. Hear me out. I still like it, but it's also one of those ones that encourages getting him a costume, like Shaggy, because his default design is blank enough. But like I said, I do like it and think it's good. I just much prefer his costumes. B tier. I also would have preferred Giga Chad Reindog, but I mean, who wouldn't? We better get this as a costume in the future. I don't think Reindog looks that good in an astronaut costume. C tier. I really like the look of the armor. I don't really have much else to say. A tier. I don't know why, but this armor reminds me of grilled fish. I think the yellow is just too aggressive and overpowering. C tier. Mummy Reindog is just cool and insanely detailed. A tier. Okay, this is so cute. What the actual heck? This is legendary. S tier. Do I have to say anything? S tier. This is good because it keeps it simple. Although it is orange, and I don't like orange. But it's still good. A tier. It's pretty minimal as to what it adds compared to his other costumes, so B tier. Furry confirmed. S tier, same. Just kidding, guys. I'm not a furry. You just got pranked. I'm not a furry. I love the little detail of the toast instead of the heart. A tier. Agent Smith looks pretty goofy in this game, I'll be honest. I'm not sold on him yet, and at the end of the day, it is basically just a guy in a suit. This is pretty anticlimactic, I know, but B tier. But this is my final ranking. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like or subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you to Mini-Me, Mick Beals, and Rainbow Slayer. And oh yeah, the newest member, 57 Among Us. If you want to join, all you gotta do is press that blue button and give $2. But as always,